My plan for this video was to show you how to take a sheet pan with years of baked on oil and transform it into a shiny, clean pan that looks like new. But the more I researched it and actually attempted it myself, the more I realized that trying to clean a pan like this is a terrible idea for several reasons. And one of the reasons is something that most people would never think of. Here's what I did and what I learned. This pan is over 10 years old and I use it almost daily. Although I wash it with dish soap after each use, oil from roasting so many meals over the years is baked into the metal. After doing some research, I tried removing the stains with Barkeeper's Friend, baking soda and vinegar, and baking soda and foil. Nothing worked. So I researched more and learned that the most powerful and effective cleaner for this type of job is Easy Off Oven Cleaner. I opened the window for ventilation, taped the middle of the pan so that I could show the results after cleaning one side, and I put on rubber gloves. I sprayed the pan thoroughly with oven cleaner and let it sit in the sink. After 30 minutes, I scrubbed it hard with the rough side of a sponge. Some of the stains came off, but not much. Since it didn't work as I expected, maybe 30 minutes wasn't enough time for the oven cleaner to do its job. So I took the pan outside, put it on cardboard, and sprayed it again. This time I let it sit for 2.5 hours. I also took off the tape. My plans to show one perfectly clean side and one dirty side are now out the window. After 2.5 hours, the oven cleaner was dried on the pan and there were some lighter spots where the cleaner loosened the oil. Before scrubbing, I grabbed heavy-duty supplies, including steel wool, a copper scrubber, and a utility brush with metal bristles. I dipped the tools into warm soapy water and scrubbed the pan hard for a solid 8 minutes. I put all the force I could into it and used all the scrubbers I had. This time, much more oil came loose. This pan is particularly difficult to clean because it has a chevron pattern on the surface. The raised parts got much cleaner than the lower parts where the oil pools. Although I made good progress with the second attempt, the pan was still nowhere near 100% clean. So I grabbed a fresh can of oven cleaner, sprayed it again, and put it in a plastic bag to keep it from drying out. I put the pan under my porch and said goodnight to it. The next morning, I removed the bag and gave it another scrub. I was hoping that leaving it overnight would take care of the remaining stains. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I was able to clean off a little more of the oil, but the stains in the corners and some of the grooves just wouldn't budge. So after buying all those supplies and 3 cleaning attempts using harsh chemicals, I was still left with a dirty looking pan. Here's the before, and here's the after. But that's not the worst part. During my research, I read many articles that said sheet pans with baked on oil do a better job browning food and preventing it from sticking. They claim the darker surface absorbs more heat and the oil acts as a slick layer of seasoning similar to a cast iron skillet. Instead of blindly trusting these articles, I tested it myself. Before cleaning the pan, I preheated the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, placed 2 pieces of white bread on the pan, and baked them for exactly 8 minutes. Both pieces came out with a nice golden brown color, and both were a little darker on the bottom. I repeated the same test after cleaning the pan, and the bread came out noticeably lighter. Here's a side-by-side look. The bread toasted on the pan before I cleaned it is on the left, and the bread toasted on the pan after I cleaned it is on the right. To further validate the idea that a darker pan browns better, I ran the same test, but with slices of Yukon Gold potatoes. Before cleaning the pan, I brushed the slices lightly with oil and baked them at 400 degrees for 12 minutes. The top side of the potatoes didn't brown much, but the bottom got a decent level of color. I repeated this test after cleaning the pan, and this time, the potatoes stuck to the surface and the bottom didn't brown much at all. Here's a side-by-side look. The potato cooked on the pan before cleaning it is on the left, and the potato cooked on the pan after cleaning it is on the right. The point is, if you're using your sheet pan for roasting vegetables, chicken, meatballs, or anything that benefits from browning, those dark baked-on oil stains, also known as seasoning, are actually a good thing. The only time you might want a lighter, stain-free pan is for baking cookies, cakes, and other pastries. In that case, you should use a separate pan rather than trying to clean the stains off of a pan that you use for roasting. The bottom line is that cleaning a sheet pan with years of oil baked into it is time-consuming and requires a bunch of chemicals and supplies. And even after several honest attempts, it's never going to look like new. The worst part is that you're removing seasoning that actually improves the performance of the pan. Save yourself the trouble and leave the stains alone. If this was helpful, check out this video where I break down the pros and cons of 45 top-rated frying pans in less than 15 seconds each. And for more videos like this, click the logo to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.